Hey everyone, I'm Connor,
And I'm Erin.
and today we're cooking breakfast.
What about second breakfast?
I'll tell you, we're gonna do that too, so stick around. We're gonna do some healthier, tastier takes on breakfast. You won't wanna miss it. So first of all, we're gonna use steel cut oats. Those are different from normal oats. We're also gonna use quinoa for this too. So it's not gonna be true oatmeal, it's gonna be oatmeal quinoa. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do for this recipe, heat up some water. You can do that on the stove or you can do it in a hot water heater too as well, like the one I have. Once your water is hot, that's great. You're off to a good start. This is a little something extra I do. I will toast the oats. So once the saucepan is nice and warm or hot, I will put in a little bit of coconut oil, maybe a little high heat neutral oil. I'm using rice bran oil in this case. And then I'm gonna measure out about a cup of oats, toss that in there, and just let it brown a little bit. Browning brings out all kinds of different flavors. Again, that Maillard reaction, caramelizing, that's what makes it taste nice and nutty and wonderful. And my mouth is watering just thinking about it right now, even though I just ate a bowl. Anyways, so after you toast the oats, you can put the quinoa in. Now first, you also want to wash the quinoa because quinoa can taste kind of bitter unless you wash it off first. So I'm using a metal strainer here. I'm going to wash the quinoa under cold water or hot, whatever you want to do. And then you add that into the oats. And then again, you have your nice warm water, you boil it, and you want to add in about 4 cups of water to 1 cup of oats and a half a cup of quinoa. You want to bring that to a nice low boil, and then from there, bring it down to a simmer. You're going to walk away, and then every now and then you're going to come back. You're going to give it a little stir, keep an eye in it, and then after about 20 minutes or so, it's pretty much done. It's good to go. Okay, so now once we have the oats done, remove it from the heat, and then to zhuzh it up a little bit, I'm gonna use some of this beautiful yogurt that we have over here. This is a Greek yogurt. On top of that, I'm also gonna do some blueberries, I'm gonna do some nuts, I'm going to do some chia seeds, sunflower seeds too as well. Not pictured are pumpkin seeds, but I love those. They're really dense, really high in protein. Sprinkle it over the top, maple syrup, cinnamon, and then you can also put in a little bit of coconut milk or oat milk or normal cow milk, whatever kind of milk you want. And that's pretty much it. Also, people like bananas in here too as well. Do whatever you want with your oatmeal, whatever makes you happy, and then eat, enjoy. That's pretty much it for these oats. It's a good breakfast, it keeps well. If you want to keep extras, you can toss it in the refrigerator. And I'll do that a lot too. I'll save it, I'll eat it later. It's really easy to heat up, of course, and it tastes just as good as the first day.
I, on the other hand, love myself a matcha latte. And this is super simple to make. What I did today was I just heated up some oat milk on the stove. Then I added a little bit of honey for sweetness because matcha can be a little bit bitter. Then I added the matcha in and I frothed it. I love my little frother. It makes me feel like I'm at a coffee shop. This has some caffeine in it, so it can wake you up and get you going, but it does not have as much as black coffee does.
So for our second breakfast, we're gonna do something that's a little bit more involved. Maybe it takes a little bit more time, but I will make this a lot on the weekends. So this is a tofu scramble. So the first thing you wanna do is take your tofu out of the little container it comes in. You're gonna cut it open, you're gonna dump out the liquid, and then you're gonna wrap it in paper towels or just a cloth or whatever, or not. You don't need to do that, that's kind of extra. And then you wanna put something underneath it and then something really heavy on top. Using a cast iron pan, we're gonna press a lot of the liquid. After that, you can start working on your ingredients, like the onion. That's how you dice an onion proper. Then your pepper. Okay, so you're gonna put that off to the side. Next, you're gonna chop a carrot. And then your garlic, I'm using this cool garlic roller that helps you get the skin off really easily. But
Very fancy.
it is fancy, but Erin insists there's another way to do it, and that is to use your knife, smash that garlic, and pretty much the same results. So cast iron or whatever pan you have working, put it over some heat, and once it's warm enough, and you know it's warm enough because if you sprinkle in some water, that's gonna sizzle and pop right away. You don't want to get it too crazy hot, but you want that water to steam up. You put in some oil. I'm using rice bran oil, which is a high heat, neutral, pretty neutral tasting oil, and then also blending in a little bit of olive oil, which has a bit more flavor, but it's a bit more. It's a little bit more than a little bit, but that's good. Again, fat, we need fat, and this is a really tasty, really healthy fat. So we're using that, we're putting in the onion, we're letting that brown for a little bit. After it has a chance to brown, we're going to put in the peppers and the carrots, let that cook. They're gonna cook for a while, and once they're all nice and brown, we can add in the spices, mix it up, let it come together.
What spices are you using?
Of course, Erin, thank you. We're using smoked paprika. We're using turmeric. We're using chili powder. We're using smoked paprika. We're using coriander. We're using cumin. These are whole cumin seeds. We're gonna do a little grind of pepper, and we're also gonna do some nutritional yeast. Toss it in your cast iron, stir it around, let it come together. You can add some soy sauce at this point. Soy sauce is going to salt things. It's also gonna give everything an umami flavor, that savoriness. And then you wanna put in the garlic, maybe add a little bit more oil at this point, let that cook too. Now you can add in the tofu once that is cooked for about a minute or so. So with a fork, you're gonna smash the tofu, and then you're gonna stir it all together, mix it up, let that come together for a little bit, let the tofu absorb all that goodness, all that flavor. Then you can add in some kale, and if you want, you can put a lid over it. Let that kale cook down. It will really cook down. It might look really bulky when you put it in, but it will shrink. Just #trust. Anyways, after it cooks down, after everything comes together, you want to juice up a lime, squeeze that in there. I also add a little bit of apple cider vinegar, or you can do rice vinegar, and that adds some acid, some zing to everything.
Zing!
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 Zing. And that's pretty much it. Take it off the heat. If you need to adjust for flavor, you can maybe add a little bit more salt, or a little bit more soy sauce, or a little bit more acid, or a little bit more, finish it with some oil, some olive oil. That's pretty much it. Serve it with an avocado that you cut up into little slices, and enjoy with a good cup of coffee or a matcha tea latte.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. We hope you like it. We hope you subscribe and join us for next time.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, what are you doing? The show's over. Go home. Go home. Cheers. How was that?
It's pretty good.
Boom! Yeah, what do you want to say about breakfast? Anything? You move a little, Erin. That's good. Whoa! If you make oats this way, you won't think twice about what the fuck am I trying to say? Anyways, whew, okay, yeah, whatever that is. Mix in whatever your heart desires to really zhuzh up these oats even more.
Zhuzh it up. Zhuzh.
Thank you, Erin. What about second breakfast?
What about it?
Okay, yeah, keep going, keep doing it. I thought you were just trying to fuck with me.
No. I would never.
Okay, that's it.